Open source refers to software, hardware, or projects where the source code or design is made publicly available for anyone to use, modify, and distribute. It promotes transparency, collaboration, and community-driven development. Open source software, or OSS, is software whose source code is accessible to the public. It can be freely used, modified, and shared under an open source license. Examples include Linux, an open source operating system, Apache, an open source web server, and Mozilla Firefox, an open source web browser. Open source projects use licenses to define how the software can be used. Common types include the MIT license, which is permissive and allows modification and redistribution with attribution, the GNU GPL, or General Public License, which requires modifications to remain open source, and the Apache license, which is similar to MIT but includes patent protection. The benefits of open source include transparency, as anyone can inspect the code; security, since more contributors help identify and fix vulnerabilities; cost efficiency, as most open source software is free to use; and community support, with many open source projects having active communities. Open source projects are often managed through collaborative platforms like GitHub, GitLab, and Bitbucket, where developers can report issues and suggest features, contribute code through pull requests, and engage in discussions and documentation efforts. Examples of open source beyond software include open source hardware like Arduino and Raspberry Pi, open data such as Wikipedia and OpenStreetMap, and open AI models like TensorFlow and Stable Diffusion. Free software and compilers were provided with early computer hardware. With these human understandable code the user can modify, add new code, and identify the errors. Can anyone change the codes in open source software? Open source software has been developed by a variety of programmers. However, to add a new change to the software, the modified code will be submitted to a group of dedicated programmers. These programmers then test the modified codes, and if it satisfies the appropriate rules, it will then be distributed to all. Why it is called open source? Open source simply refers to making the source code of the software freely available for users or other developers to use and make changes into the original repository or fork the project into and build a new one. Open source software is usually created and updated by many programmers around the world and made freely accessible. Proprietary software is owned by an organization or individual. The makers of proprietary software have not allowed the users or other developers to view or edit the source code. But the advantage of the proprietary software is that it gives more control, support, training, security and stability for user, making the software reliable to the users. In a network, it is not easy to find problems. Especially when there are more systems are connected, the complexity is more, so we need network software to control, analyze the server, system, protocol, network, traffic flow and reports about ups and downs of network paths. ENARC4's National Resource Center for Free and Open Source Software is an institution of Government of India. It helps in development of FOSS, free open source software, in India. Organizations related to open source include Apache Software Foundation, Free Software Foundation, Linux Foundation, Open Source Initiative, and BOSS. BOSS, Bharat Operating System Solutions, operating system developed in India by CDSC, Center for Development of Advanced Computing, helps to prompt the use of open source software in India. It supports many Indian languages. Types of open source license include Apache License 2.0, BSD 3 Clause New or Revised License, BSD 2 Clause Simplified or FreeBSD License, and GNU General Public License GPL. When you change the source code, OSS requires the inclusion of what you altered as well as your methods. The software created after code modifications may or may not be made available for free. Open source software versus free software. Although the terms are often used interchangeably, OSS is slightly different from free software. Both deal with the ability to download and use software without restriction or charge. However, Free software is a concept developed in the 1980s by a mid-computer science researcher, Richard Stallman, who defined 4 conditions as outlined by the non-profit Free Software Foundation. These 4 freedoms emphasize the ability of users to use and enjoy software as they see fit. In contrast, the OSS criteria, which the open source initiative developed a decade later, place more emphasis on the modification of software and the consequences of altering source code, licensing, and distribution. Obviously, the two overlap. Some would say the differences between OSS and free software are more philosophical than practical. However, neither should be confused with freeware. Freeware usually refers to proprietary software that users can download at no cost, but whose source code cannot be changed. Benefits of open source software OSS projects are collaboration opportunities that improve skills and build connections in the field. Domains that developers can contribute to the open source community include communication tools, distributed revision control systems, bug trackers and task lists, and testing and debugging tools. There are many open source softwares, so we can select and use any software that suits our needs. The complete options of the software can be used without any cost and restrictions. We can share our ideas with the team, write the required code, and share it with many. As we can identify the programming techniques of group members, we can learn many ideas and make our program writing skills more efficient. The coding in open source softwares is being groomed by many enthusiastic members of the group. So if we report problems that we have in the program, they are quickly mended by the group's effort. As we can make changes to the open source softwares, we can add the most required features in the software. Many open source software are very user-friendly. Like benefits, open source software also has some problems like difficulty to work for beginners, exchange of files to other softwares, sometimes lack of responsibility, service, and problems related to hardware compatibility. Example of open source application software NS2, OpenNMS, Ubuntu, MySQL, PDF Creator, OpenOffice, 7-Zip Nukash, GIMP, Blender, Audacity, VLC, Mozilla Firefox, Magento, Android, PHP. Network Simulation Tool, NS2 in Computer Network. Network simulation is a method where a software program models the activities of a network by calculating the communication between the different network objects such as routers, nodes, switches, access points, links, etc. A network simulator is a software program that replicates the functioning of a computer network. In simulators, the computer network is typically demonstrated with devices, traffic, etc., and the performance is evaluated. Normally, users can then adapt the simulator to accomplish their precise analysis needs. The network parameters that define the state of the network, node placement, existing links and the events, data transmissions, link failures, etc. A significant output of simulation is the trace files. Trace files can document every incident that happened in the simulation and are used for examination. NS2 is the abbreviation of Network Simulator version 2. It was considered explicitly for exploration in network communication and event-driven open-source simulator in computer. OTCL and C++ are used to create and run NS2. NS2 works on Windows and Linux platforms that supports wired or wireless network and also use the command line interface as a user interface. API is a pure event-based software tool with super simulation design. It has more models which help the user to get desired output easily. OpenNMS OpenNMS Network Management System is a free and open-source initiative-grade network monitoring and management platform. It is established and maintained by a community of users, developers, and by the OpenNMS group, it offering services, training, and support. The goal is for OpenNMS to be actually distributed, scalable management application platform for all features of the FCAPS, fault, configuration, accounting, performance, security, network management model. Presently, the emphasis is on fault and performance management. It was intended to cope tens of thousands of devices from a single server as well as achieve unlimited devices using a cluster of servers. OpenNMS comprises of a discovery engine to routinely configure and manage network devices without operator intervention. It is written in Java and is issued under the GNU General Public License. OpenNMS is the world's first software for network monitor and management with open-source options. There are two types of OpenNMS, Meridian and Horizon. When we need stability and long-term support, choose Meridian, which is best for enterprises as well as businesses. Horizon used where innovation occurs frequently. It is best for IT ecosystem, new technology monitoring. OpenNMS was released in 1999. In 2004, OpenNMS Group was created. It is written in Java and can run on all type of platform. It gives us event management and notification, discovery and provisioning, service monitoring and data collection. It has won a lot of awards for best open source software. In this period of increased competition and cybercrimes, the computers used by individuals or business organizations may have spy hardware of rivals. Open source hardware technology helps in such threats. In this technique, we get the components of the hardware and its circuit diagram so that we can remove suspicious spyware if found. Open source hardware allows us to remix, remake, remanufacture, redistribute, resell, and study and learn. Open source denotes to some program whose source code is made available for usage or reform as users or other developers see appropriate. In simulators, the computer network is typically demonstrated with devices, traffic, etc., and the performance are evaluated. A significant output of simulation is the trace files. Trace files can document every incident that happened in the simulation and are used for examination. NS2 has C++ and Object-Oriented Tool Command Language (OTCL) of languages. It links together for C++ and the OTCL using TCL/CL. OpenNMS is a free and open-source initiative-grade network monitoring and network management platform. Network monitoring software notifications help the user administrator for fixed errors. NS2 Network Simulation 2, OpenNMS is the first open-source network management software. A trace file is a document file that consists of every incident that happens in a simulation. OTCL stands for Object-Oriented Tool Command Language. FCAPS refers to fault, configuration, accounting, performance, security. GNU GPL stands for GNU General Public License. SSFnet is the Scalable Simulation Framework Net Models. API stands for Application Programming Interface. Source code is a set of instructions that decide how the software should work. BOS stands for Bharat Operating System Solutions. CDSC is the Center for Development of Advanced Computing. FOSS stands for Free Open Source Software. Open source offers numerous benefits for individuals, businesses, and communities. Here are some key advantages. Most open source software is free to use, reducing costs for businesses and individuals. There are no expensive licensing fees, making it accessible to startups and small businesses. The source code is publicly available, allowing users to inspect it for vulnerabilities. Bugs and security flaws can be identified and fixed quickly by the community. Users can modify the software to fit their specific needs with no vendor lock-in, unlike proprietary software that limits changes and integrations. Large communities contribute to documentation, troubleshooting, and support forums, while developers worldwide collaborate to improve and maintain the software. Open source projects evolve quickly due to global contributions, encouraging creativity and experimentation, leading to faster technological advancements. Many open source projects are maintained by dedicated developers and organizations, ensuring reliability and stability. Long-term availability ensures that businesses are not affected by software discontinuation. Open source promotes digital freedom and knowledge sharing, with no restrictive licensing agreements that limit usage. Open source software is often designed to work well with other open technologies, allowing for integration with different systems and tools. Developers can contribute to real-world projects and enhance their skills as employers value experience with open-source tools and collaboration. Even if a company discontinues support, the community can continue development, and some open-source projects have lasted decades due to strong community backing, such as Linux.
I just want to take a moment to express my gratitude for your support. Every time you watch my videos, it motivates me to create even more content that you love. If you find value in what I share, please consider liking and sharing. It really helps spread the word and brings more amazing people into our community. Your engagement not only fuels my passion, but also helps me improve and explore new ideas. So, if something resonates with you, don't hesitate to hit that like button and share it with your friends. Together, we can make this channel a vibrant space for everyone. Thank you for being a part of this journey.